Good afternoon. I'm XOXO. And with today being Sunday, I like to talk about the history of quilts. And I'm going to highlight what do we do with our scraps. We have scraps from charm packs, our layer cakes laying around, our ordinary scraps that we have from sewing. And what do we do when we have a sweet tooth and we have a desire for caramel? So today I'm going to highlight Amish caramel. Yes, and I did use some also. I'm going to show you quickly. See here? This is my trusty knife here. I want to show you. Right here. See? Caramel. Inside there. It's kind of like a fancy turtle I made. And then also, because I'm going to highlight about Amish caramels, I realized that with our scraps, a lot of times we make crazy quilts. And I found a beautiful Amish crazy quilt. Yes. And hopefully you were able to appreciate it on my thumbnail. So, hi, I'm XOXO. Yes, and always on Sundays, I like to talk about the history of quilting, burial quilts, memorial quilts, and it always brings up memories that we have inside of us. And of course, I'm always thinking about my good memories. Yes, but sometimes my good memories make me get a little teary-eyed. But it's okay because it happens to all of us, and that's why on Sundays we have memorial quilts to look at all of our fabrics that have memories and how we can make them into a special quilt. But today we're going to talk about crazy quilts and scrap quilts. And I have this book. Ta-da! Yes, and I do want to show you something. I'm always sharing my library of books with you. Yes, I do. I know, and I hope you enjoy it. Take a look. Yes. I have one more page for you. Yes. Collecting fabric for our quilts, especially our scraps. Yes. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Amish crazy quilts. Amish caramels. Let me tell you about this recipe really quickly. It is so delicate, so sweet, and the caramel does not stick to your teeth. Yes, and I have a little clip of a video I'm going to show you, so stick around and watch it with me. And just have a good time and relax, because today's Sunday. You may or may not have to go to work tomorrow, but if you do, on Sundays, you should just be having a good time with me. Okay, so also, besides talking about the Amish crazy quilt, I want to talk about how oftentimes, many times with Amish quilting, they always use black. Well, if you look over my shoulders, you'll see one of my quilts, and you'll see it has black. And I purposely did that when I made my cozy, because I knew that the black would make the blue pop. So do enjoy that. Now, there is another block here I want to talk about, and it's called the Amish Shadow. Take a peek. Did you see it at the bottom? Right here? Okay. Let me show you a variation of that. Yes. Isn't that pretty nice? And this is a very, very easy block that you can do and easily be successful at. And it's called the Amish Shadow. I'm just going to show you again the bottom. So easy. Yes. The most important thing is just keep in mind that you want to have your black. Now you notice that on that mess of a watercolor I did, the black is not solid. It has some gray going through it. When I was having coffee this morning, I was painting some flowers. They came out kind of good. Yeah, they did. And then I said, hey, why don't you just try to make a Amish shadow? And I did, and it didn't come out too good. But guess what? I still shared it with you. Okay, so how about if I show you a crazy quilt, and the video is only about 30 seconds in length. Then we'll talk about candy, and then I'm going to show you, oh, this guy, when he makes the caramel that is so delicate, that does not stick to your teeth, you're going to say, XOXO, you are a great resource for humor, quilting, chocolate, caramels, I know. The background, yes. I repurposed it 2 times, but the candies here, here, and here, and here, I made those today. It only took 5 to 10 minutes. Yes. Caramel, pecans, milk chocolate, and of course I had to add a little dark chocolate for a little surprise. Okay, so what I would like to do right now is show you a video about crazy quilting. And I do want you to enjoy. One moment, please.
This quilt here is a crazy quilt that was given to us by Mary Ann Massey of Y Mills, who is a descendant of Colonel James Rowe from the War of 1812. Crazy quilts were just beautiful patchworks of all the different pieces of fabric that were around the house at the time. This
I hope you enjoyed that little short clip. Once again, we're talking about crazy quilts and utilizing our scraps, because we tend to have a lot of scraps left over. And I do want you to take a peek at this, okay? And do look really close, please. My book is really aged, but I do want to share it with you. Yes. Can you see all the beautiful handwork that went into that Crazy Quilt. And with today being Sunday, and we're talking about memories and memorial quilts, as we're making our crazy quilts now, and as we did many, many generations ago, each time that we laid the stitch, we had good memories of someone. And either it was our old dresses, our loved ones' shirts, or if we had some special fabric from our velvet curtains, we would make such beautiful crazy quilts. And I just hope that if you think about relaxing, yes, just relaxing your mind, and you want to either do crazy quilt piecing by hand or by machine, utilizing whatever scraps that you have, I think you could come out with something magnificent. Now, okay, we're going to talk about candies. Yes, okay. Amish caramels. I do want to introduce you to this couple. The video lasts about a good solid 2.5 minutes, but without a doubt, I know that you will enjoy it. And if you elect to make some delicious caramels, and he sprinkles coarse salt on top, I didn't add any coarse salt on top of my caramels this morning, but you can. Please, at a later date, contact me and let me know how did your caramels come out. Okay, now please allow me to present this video to you.
It starts to solidify. I'll be putting some salt, and I use coarse sea salt, and I'll sprinkle that on about half of it because some people like sea salt, some people don't. And so I normally make half and half. And now I've got some sea salt, so I'm just going to sprinkle it on here. It's going to be a topping, which will make it really pretty when people unwrap it. Okay, I have the caramel candy out of the refrigerator. Now I'm gonna slice it. Oh yeah, this feels so good. Only slice what you're gonna be cutting. So I'm gonna cut this strip down here, and now I'm gonna cut it into little pieces here. So I cut that in half, that in half, that in half, and that in half. Let's see what it looks like. The first piece is kind of hard to get out of here, but look at this caramel. Look how beautiful it's coming out. Look at that. Perfect. Soft, creamy. It'll melt in your mouth. After you have your candies ready, you want to wrap them up. I just use plain old wax paper. I estimate about 6 inches. I rip it off. I cut it in half. Just fold it over, cut it in half. I call that the hamburger fold. It's kind of like the size of a hamburger bun. So I'll do that. And then I do the hot dog fold, which is like that. It's kind of the shape of a hot dog. So I'm gonna cut it right here in the center. Now I got 4 pieces. It doesn't have to be pretty. I put the candy in the center, and then I roll it up. Put it together like that. And now twist the 2 sides in. And there you go. Okay, we made some caramels today, so we're gonna try them. This apple came from our apple tree at the outside. It's a black Arkansas apple. I've got this caramel sauce that we can put on the apple. And I want you to try it because apples and caramel go perfect together. Then I'd like for you to try the candy.
It looks like candy.
It does, doesn't it? Listen, look at that apple. See how pretty that is? There you go. The gooier it is, the better it's going to be. Man, that's going to be good. Taste it. See what you think of it.
I don't like this part.
Okay, well, I'll peel it for you.
That's good.
Does the flavors work together? They do, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Good.
This is a caramel. It tastes very good. What I like about this caramel is that it doesn't get stuck on your teeth. It's not chewy. It kind of melts in your mouth.
Now we try it. Mmm. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. Mm. That is just the perfect treat.
Hi, I hope you really enjoyed watching part of the directions on how to make delicious Amish caramel that is it's almost delicate. And I hope you enjoyed spending time with XOXO today. And I did make some candy, and I do want to show it to you. And it has lots of pecans, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, homemade caramel. Yes, yes, yes. So, I think you can tell that I do like Amish quilts. I love Amish caramels, and I want you to experience it with me. So make sure that in the future, you leave me a comment and let me know, are you going to try to make a Amish quilt, especially utilizing some black fabric? Yes, absolutely. To make your quilt have a lot of contrast and beauty, and that black just makes the quilt pop. Yes, it does. I hope you had a nice Sunday with me. And then just keep in mind that our memories are good, yes. Even if they make us get a little bit of tears, it's okay. Memories are beautiful. And if you decide to make a crazy quilt, yes, utilize your loved ones' scraps from their old clothes and the scraps that you have from your fabric collection, and do a little hand stitching. Yes, a little bit of embroidery. Add some buttons, add something special to your crazy quilt. And do enjoy the thumbnail that's on the front of this video. It is an Amish crazy quilt. I do love you all. I'm XOXO. Bye. See you tomorrow, Monday, homeschoolers. Wednesdays, women that quilt. Fridays, men that quilt. And then on Sundays, we'll have a nice time talking about the history of quilts, memorial quilts, burial quilts, and always a 5 to 10 minute chocolate bar each time that I'm on. And I do want to remind you to subscribe and leave a comment. Yes, and I hope I solved your problem. What to do with all your scraps. Yes, make a crazy quilt. Thank you. Bye-bye. And make candy.